Ornn is that pick.
Okay, so we got the Viego. We're not going to see the same exact thing from 100 Thieves.
Yep.
100 Thieves is an extremely flexible team. I imagine that they'll have other answers, but it's about breaking up the momentum and the fact that the Viego just provides so much carry potential from closer, especially in these team fight scenarios. So I like that. The Aphelios pickup, I expect that to be paired with a Thresh, since a Thresh is not taken yet. Oh, interesting.
That feels dangerous, though, because now you're leaving up the possibility of separating that duo.
I think it's dangerous.
They go Ryze Thresh.
It's dangerous as well for 100 Thieves, because
Lock it in, you won't.
It's really hard to execute this now, right? All of the responsibility for pulling this off is on closer, so he's really asking to just hard carry style in this game, and I love Emily's call out. Ryze Thresh, that'd be nutty right now.
Okay, technical flex, though, on the Lee Sin. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves.
Is this?
However likely it might go to the
Thankful.
jungle. Ziggs now the hover for EG.
Okay.
A pick that's been vacant in the series so far.
Yeah, and I can see why you want the Ziggs, because it allows you to pick an AD mid. You know, because we know that Danny's fine on the Ziggs, and if Jiizuke decides he does not want to play the Ryze, it makes sure that you still have magic damage. So I like the flexibility that it provides, and we know that Jiizuke is really, really confident on the Lucian mid.
He's letting Abbedagge play 5 games of Ryze.
Well, we'll see if it gets picked up, but you're exactly right. He is giving him that opportunity. But as we mentioned, the duo between Ryze and the Viego has already been broken up. So we'll see whether or not the priority on Ryze is reliant on the Viego 400 Thieves.
He can't take Ryze, though, because he's already outranged between the Ziggs and the Lucian. It'd be really difficult to fall into them.
So LB it is.
So this makes mid lane really scary once again. Last time we saw EG drafting the LeBlanc and Lucian, didn't work out because Jiizuke just didn't have a great game. But here, when you're playing Lucian, you want to constantly be pushing. And when there's a Lee Sin and LeBlanc up against you, you have to be really cautious. You can't do what Jiizuke normally likes to do. So I like this response from 100 Thieves. I think that they should continue to double down on it by picking a support like a Thresh, who just got banned, or a Leona, who can roam mid and continue to double down on that pressure. This should be a hyper-focused mid game.
I think it's clear so much with the bans from 100 Thieves that they're gonna pick GP right here. I think they want to counter who he's to pick, and banning Kennen and Ornn are the matches that you'd normally see Impact take into the Gangplank. I don't want to see him just get another free lane of Gangplank into Jace. Like, that's just not the matchup that has helped EG thus far, and they still have one open ban.
Couple supports off the table, Thresh being one of them, Nautilus the other. So some engaged tools being removed from the game, taking their time with these second phase of bans, and rightfully so, with so much on the line, taking every second they can to debate. And Leona will leave as well. Gnar quickly snapped up by 100 Thieves in the 4th position.
Not Gangplank, so just going for still a safe blind.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if they're just going to bait out the Jace pick and be like, we know that your answer to Gnar is probably Jace.
So they're still going to counter who he's picked, though. He has been really good this game. The attention has gone on Closer and Abbedagge, but who he had a nutty Nautilus play that just hooked everyone.
He did.
That's very true. Yeah, midway through that previous game, we were ready to wrap it all up when Huhi came up big around the Baron. And luckily for us as viewers, it did get extended to this 5th and final game. Rakan pickup for Evil Geniuses, just waiting on their 5th and final pick.
This was Ignar's pick with FlyQuest when he was carrying them to finals twice. So Ignar is going to be very good on this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, set. So I like the set pickup here. It's been one of the...
Sion.
Okay.
How you like that one?
I like this one too. Okay. Right? Yeah, you know, it provides the tankiness that they need. They needed a front line to round out this comp. Sion, you know, generally is going to have pretty robust laning phase. You're not going to be super worried about that. So I think either Set or Sion would have been perfectly fine here. And it just allows the Impact to do what he likes to do in team fights, setting up with Engage, making sure that he's the front line, and just provide the kind of zone control to allow Ziggs and Lucian to do damage.
What a curveball game 5. EG's playing 4 new picks. And a lot of them, they haven't even
Tristana.
No Tristana as well.
And no Tristana.
Interesting. Yeah.
Well,
That one's gonna eat. That's gonna eat at me.
Ziggs does a lot of similar things, right? You want to unlock him and then allow him to take down turrets. Maybe different spacing.
What I like about the not Tristan is actually you leave on the high note because nothing else he would have done.
That's true.
Would have mashed.
That's a really good point.
No matter what, you can always wonder.
Undefeated.
For the first spot at Worlds from the LCS, and to the loser, a battle against Cloud9 for elimination and the end of your year. Evil Genius's hopes levied entirely by Danny in a nearly 1v5 pentakill. Now on to his Ziggs, the second time of the year. And Out of Thieves choosing red side, the new look for this game.
Steel, I'm still reeling from that play.
It's a good play.
Actually an instant classic in the last game from Danny to get them to this point, but it won't mean anything if they can't get this victory here. Can't get that world spot right now. Going into the losers bracket versus Cloud9 is a very scary place for either of these two teams. They've fought well throughout this series, and as soon as I heard Svenskeren is subbing in, I knew immediately that Evil Geniuses are going to first pick Viego because he is 4-0 this summer on Viego. He has never lost on Viego. They prioritize it in the games when he was playing before they started subbing contracts in. And so this was the pin where you knew it was going to drop now. Okay, we finally get the change from the mid-jungle split up. However, getting 100 Thieves, getting Abbedagge and Closer, the LeBlanc Lee Sin duo for mid is insanely scary too, Freak. That has huge kill pressure. So it still is going to be a dangerous task there for Jiizuke, especially in some of the early stages. Bottom lane will continue to play aggressively with the changes they've pulled out too. You know, Ignar on his signature Rakan, pulling out a lot of stops here.
But lane pressure seems to belong to 100 Thieves right now. Suhi found the first engage, and a decent second one there on Ignar, the better the trade so far. But as FBI's left in a small 1v2, Danny fires back pretty well.
Yeah, a little Guardian Shield there helping out a bit. Nice damage down onto the Aphelios too. But note, he started with the Longsword's potion build, so tons of sustain for your lane. And when you're versus Ziggs, you really just kind of watch mana versus watch health. Dodge some bombs, take some others, and heal them back up. So if you got the extra sustain with this build, I really like that opening in these matchups. So
gets you a more convenient recall as well if you need to get your Rune Quiver on, in on time. You're kind of saving some money that way as you're 350 towards it, and that can be really relevant, of course. Otherwise, mid laner is fighting back and forth. Jiizuke, sort of expected on the Lucian, has early lane pressure, is once again on the Aerie build here. I know the big auto attack version is often about press the attack. It's very easy to get the resets, the double shot, makes a lot of sense there. But if you're getting Q-poke and trying to win lane, Aerie does that for you.
Yeah, and that's definitely the angle versus LeBlanc, trying to play off of pressure early on. The LeBlanc, the threat comes with, hey, I have a Lee Sin as my jungle. If I W in and get the chain on you, I'm going to force a flash. I'm going to force defensives out of you. Closer, though, is finishing up on a bottom side route here.
Just a little bit of damage towards Danny, gets the other shot across from a nice Calibrum snipe. And it's not going to mean too much. The junglers are on 5 camps each right now and fighting their respective scuttle crabs.
And you're never going to chase into the river there as, bottom lane for EG because you communicate early with Svenskeren, hey, we're going to get pushed in, so go top scuttle. They do just that. Top scuttle is theirs. Warded out on the possible topside gank, but it's still going to be information gathering. For both sides. They get alerted to, hey, Svenskeren, it's topside resetting now. We know that it was full clear from Closer 2, Krugs and all, so we'll take the 1 camp lead there for Closer since he did his Krugs before transitioning. Meanwhile, Svenskeren skipping.
We'll say I'm a little surprised to see Impact is going Grasp and not Spellbook. Since he's melee versus range, it's very hard to get Grasp off. I'd be surprised if he had even a single one at this point in time. Maybe now as he kind of fights back, as Ssumday, though, gets the far better of the trade. And yeah, I mean, just ultimately, right? Like, why not have an exhaust once in a while? It's going to do more for you in a game than I feel like Grasp will. You still run the same 2 trees.
Timing.
You don't lose much. Oh, yeah, this timing is good. Stun's going to land. Going to find the next slow as well. And Ssumday may just not have a way out. The flash is late. A waste of a summoner spell and first blood with Evil Geniuses.
Timing is everything, Freak. They sub Svenskeren in. They get the first blood with him on Viego topside. Right as Ssumday's checking the brush, he walked up just in time. Perfect to the second there.
And okay, he's able to TP back in and get the wave in. Impact does have to burn his, you know, a low health recall and teleport all the way back in. May, in fact, lose a plate for this, and nearly will lose the cannon minion as well. Yeah, that's going to be gold and XP lost. Obviously, you take the kill every time, though.
Yeah, had to be done. Still gets back for the majority of the wave. Meanwhile, 3v3 in mid lane. Don't overextend into a control ward brush.
Dancing back and forth. The stun's going to land. Good damage. Huey's going to crash down and hope it's enough. Ignar's ignited, and that's going to be a kill onto Viego. Ignite's going to work as well. The Sonic Wave and Resonating Strike. Closer is still the best Lee Sin in this match.
Don't ever overchase into those warded brush right there. They've got the control ward for the side of 100 Thieves. Closer's lying in wait. They make the turn. What a play from Huhi. Gets the AoE knockup, gets the shield, walks his way out afterwards, and that is 100 Thieves on the board with 3 now. Extra kills for themselves. Slingshots all over the place, Freak. EG got the kill on top side, but my goodness, look at this. Walking over towards the brush. Ignar thinks it's a little bit too juicy because they've got Svenskeren in there, but they can't get the burst damage. Huhi gets off the crash down. That procs your aftershock, gets the shield as well. Chasing through, Closer hitting that Q is just... This is the story of the entire series. It has been blow for blow. Both of these teams confident in their skirmishing abilities, confident in fighting themselves out of these scenarios, and 100 Thieves makes such good use of the Fog of War.
And the other side of it is, how does your 1v1 look in the bottom lane? It's the other half of it sometimes, is Huhi blast plants over and doesn't get too much of the Hex Flash crash him, but wait a second. Oh, that was such a sick kick flash. They knock down Danny, and 100 Thieves are off to a 4-1 start.
He stole this man's Viego, Freak. Stole his Viego. Now he's back on the Lee Sin.
The
Guess
training
what?
weights have been taken off. Turns out he's Rock Lee Sin.
Ah! That's funny because I also know that you don't watch anime.
I know,
you're still
but I know that reference.
You're still able to pull it off. But he got level 6 off of how successful their mid roam was. So, you know, Ignar going mid and helping him get all of those kills, feed into Closer, being able to pull off this bottom side play, having access to his kick, pulls off the flash kick, pulls off the bottom side kill, snowballs, everything snowballing here in the early game for 100 Thieves. The success towards mid lane just means so much. Whenever you get a triple kill that early for one team, it's just so many rewards. And now early Dragon picked up, so that timer's going to be ticking away very quickly.
Now, I don't know about you, Kobe, but I feel this way playing jungle this season. Anytime you have more farm and more kills and assists as a jungler, you're like, I'm just the better player. I clear more camps than you, and I gank better than you.
I feel like, because of your personality, you're the type of player to also try and instigate the opponent team to flame their jungler. You know, you type little question marks. Here we go.
Ooh, this boy is about to die. Svenskeren's good for 2. They are focusing top lane, and it is working.
Yeah, Svenskeren's holding on as hard as he can to this series, baby.
Yeah.
Viego topside again. He's good for 2, both of them on someday. Meanwhile, mid lane fishing going on here, and Ignar is the fish.
That is a crash down. That is a decent stun. Oh my word, it just keeps happening. There's just nothing you can do about it. The CC combo, Huhi and Closer together. This is their 2nd year playing together, and it still looks amazing.
Ignar bites every time. Hook, line, and sinker, Freak. Last one was him starting out the initiation right by the control warded brush onto the support. This time around, you know you need vision there, but you also know that danger lies in those brush. Danger in that river, Freak. And that's going to mean 100 Thieves off of the mid lane pick are also going to get the Rift Herald because they early reset the Viego, or excuse me, the Aphelios. So many years of design in here. They're able to pull it off. Gonna be able to snowball this one quite effectively.
And that's the thing about Viego, though. He's 3,000 years, right? Because he's every champion at the same time. It's
true, okay.
Yeah. Lore-wise, LeBlanc also, you know? So, I mean, we just have millennia in this game.
I love it. Meanwhile, Someday on the top side, he's going to play cautiously now, I dare say, after multiple Viego visits from him. So he actually did a little feint movement there. You were talking earlier about feinting your wards. He keeps his control ward. He keeps I Actually, I still had cooldown on his trinket ward, so just a little body check for himself. Lets the wave crash right back into him. You can go into super defensive laning style when you're Gnar. You know, when you don't have presence, even versus a tank, it's okay to sit back and let the wave come to you, boomerang farm, so you don't get set up on. It gets pretty scary later on. Now he does have his flash, but Sion definitely has some setup too.
Well, farm checking the bottom lane. So far, so good for Danny. Has been ganked, has been killed, but up about a wave and a half of last hits as Huhi not going to go for any more. Crash down, of course, pretty dodgeable if you're watching and you play reactively. Decent damage onto Jizuke's. Lucian down here as well as Abbedagge is off the rise onto the LeBlanc. Trading okay.
If you have eyeballs and hands, as the kids say.
Yes.
Able to dodge.
Ooh, puts him in a tower range, actually. Sion, I believe, also went for the point-blank ult for some CC.
Round two?
I mean, much more just, yeah, bot turret is going to die, so 610 gold out of FBI.
Mini Gnar.
Yes, they are going for the top side dive. This is going to be 3-4-3. Evil Geniuses get kills on exactly one place, and that is top lane.
Turns out they sub Svenskeren in just to kill Someday over and over and over again. Viego gets another one, but the costs are so huge, Freak.
That's a lot of money.
Only thing going for EG have been these top side kills. And bottom side, they get 2 turrets. It's paid for again with the blood of Someday, but they get some turret plates for themselves on the aftermath there. 25%, Danny should be able to execute.
He needs 750 more damage though, and this is now 3 plates down, so they need at least 1 more wave. So they might be able to get it on the next wave. It is going to be a cannon wave, but if there's reinforcements in time,
it's so risky because you have the reset already from Aphelios. So it is going to be defense arriving in time, no execution on that tower. They also have arrival in 40 seconds of the dragon though, so this timer works out for EG. You see them reset. Maybe they want to put a stop to any sort of early dragon stacking. I love relying on shields, by the way, for recalls. If you don't break the shield, can't stop the recall. But it is going to be that reset. Teleport right back out to the map there for Jizuke. Top side, I see both Ziggs and Rakan going top side, so they're not going to make a move on Dragon, and all those early wards from 100 Thieves will probably set them up.
Alrighty. Let's look at our next game state because the second dragon spawns in 5 seconds. FBI is top side because they're looking for turret gold instead, who he is covering. And with that known, there's always a chance you can cross-map them on the dragon. Problem is, Ziggs is on that side of the map already.
Yeah, it's interesting because I too would make this call for EG and say, hey, just never mind.
Oh, they're going to take it. The kick is almost the flash. E. Oh, my. 100 Thieves take any kill they want.
Yeah, Closer making good use of the Lee Sin LeBlanc. We talk this combo up so often, Freak, and the deadliness. It doesn't actually always show up in the games, but, man, they have made really good use of it. Return kills after return kills. You know, of course, the dream scenario of the first 3 in mid lane set them up for this type of play from Closer, but this man has been on fire. If 100 Thieves pull this series out, so much credit to Closer, both from Champ Select, but all of the games they have played so far. Now continuing in on the invade, looks like Abbedagge wants a piece on the LeBlanc. You get too close, he's going to pop somebody.
For a smite fight, maybe. Svenskeren's not going to get the chance to go in there because the Magnus Storm and just all of the damage. Closer's good for 1. FBI gets number 2. And EG should never have even looked at their own jungle.
Exactly. Mid prio is everything, Freak. Your jungle is not your jungle if you don't have mid prio. They get LeBlanc all the way over there. And while it is 1 turret plate mine for Jizuke,
oh, that is a nice knockup, though. Impact was ready for it. Pre-charge, got the stop, but Someday's already here, and that man is angry. You can see the rage bar was filled from all the ganks. 9-3 on the scoreboard, and Dragon is coming up next.
Yeah, that Dragon's not going to stand a chance, my friend. 100 Thieves are able to not only make the jungle invade happen and get their priority for the top side of the map, but they even are rewarded for the rotation towards mid. That false sense of confidence from having Sion in the brush to peel from you, from what you know is coming from topside, is already thought of by 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves, 2 steps ahead of EG on these rotations. They forgot about Someday. They've killed him 3 times. They sent him back to the fountain. Guess what? He doesn't have to stay in the fountain, Freak. He's there for the collapse, and really is the end of the story. But again, the mid lane prio that we talk about for this allows Abbedagge move up right behind this blue buff, and you're just waiting for him to jump in and pop somebody. They do just that. Then this is a very predictable rotation towards mid, so Jiizuke knows, but bottom side of your mini-map, look at that mini-map. They forget about Someday. He's one step ahead of him. He's been waiting all game to do this. Closer denies him the kill. He's about to get that rock through, but you know what? He's fine doing it. I'm just a tank Gnar. I'll come in for the team fights. I'll come in for the collapses. All glory to junglers. All hail Closer 5-0.
All right, well, maybe the next move is going to happen pretty soon. Good early damage. Svenskeren finds a stun. Closer forced to run away below 1,000 health, but they don't have the rest of the damage to make that one come through. Jiizuke only halfway through to Eclipse. There are 3 Mythics on the EG side. The same count right now for 100 Thieves. It's like 1,000. I believe that was 1,000 career kills for Huhi, if I saw that one correctly. Keep in mind his time as a mid laner was not short-lived. And then he's got number 2. Props Huhi. I did not know this was coming up.
Actually don't even get that top tower either for the push from Impact. He's sticking around though. There's no real support here, so just going to be fighting over the minion wave setup on this Rift Herald, and I still think I give advantage to 100 Thieves since there's no teleport on Jiizuke. Yeah, you stick around, you get a few minions, but they're going to get the Rift Herald regardless because Jiizuke is pinned bottom, no teleport available for the Lucian, objective acquired, 400 Thieves.
All right, that is both Rift Heralds. And so far, Aphelios has been knocking down more turrets than Ziggs has. Some of that, of course, has been Herald plays, but still cool to see. Mid lane's gonna die.
True facts.
Yeah, next
Freak
one up.
spitting facts once again.
They want that of the charge, but I think they have all the control they need to make sure the rest of it happens. And indeed, FBI is gonna have 3 turret takedowns to his name. Counts kills and assists, keep in mind. We'll see if they can get the mid charge. It should be unlikely. Actually, if they control enough space, it's not gonna be quite smiteable. That's enough damage. It's in smite range, and they're gonna keep that from making, 2,800 health fall off the mid lane tier 2 turret.
Yeah, it's still going to be a very difficult position for EG to fight themselves back from, though, because 100 Thieves, you have easy ways of chaining across the map. Finish up, even though you don't get your second charge off mid, guess what? Top lane is forfeit. So it's huge, huge gold advantages in addition to having the early dragons. It's very difficult now for EG to find their way back, and I can't help but think what I just saw on social media right before getting into this game, the last tweet I saw, Freak, was from Core JJ. He said, tactical, game 4, hard carry on Kalista, rookie of the year. They then lose the series. Game 4, in the playoffs, Danny, rookie of the year, hard carries that game, keeps the series alive. ...
Yeah.
Core JJ, you may have cursed them. Abbedagge is looking to make that curse a reality. Gets into one of those classic LeBlanc positions. Mid-game here, looking for anybody to get close to the brush.
Well, he's almost in range of it. Which way does he want to run? Svenskeren's like, no. Back out we go. Abbedagge's like, okay, I get a ward. I will say, anytime I go for a roam and I get a control ward kill, I'm like, that's fine. That's not bad.
It's better even. He's got zombie ward. That's a high value. Get to
that's extra vision score.
Put one up for yourself, yeah.
He's got more vision score than his jungler. That's hard to do as a mid laner sometimes, but hey. You get the sweeps, you get the extra vision, feels great.
Yeah, especially over Lee Sins that sometimes will hoard those trinket wards.
Yeah, they almost have to.
So.
Yeah. But hey, more than the opposing jungler, more than the opposing mid laner.
That's what we're looking for.
Exactly.
Top side rotation, though. This is Abbedagge does have teleport, so EG have to be a little bit careful. There is a deep ward there, too. So strong play from them to actually secure this tower. But Dragon coming up in 20 seconds, and that will put 100 Thieves to soul point. I think this is a calculation from EG, though, and they're willing to all in, force extra gold for themselves off the top side of the map, and try and fight a soul point later.
Attempt the play, big charm, big knockup. Is it going to be enough as Sion comes in as well? Mega Gnar buys more time, the health bars get low. Ziggs ulti almost kills Someday. He's one hit from dead, but they do not have the damage. Svenskeren could not get his ulti down late enough to execute. Could have turned into more, but instead it becomes nothing for both sides.
And as the game progresses, it gets more and more difficult to deal with LeBlanc poke and LeBlanc aggressive plays. Sometimes LeBlanc players can get punished for their hubris, but most of those times is when the opponent team has a point-and-click stun.
Yeah.
Something that can actually stop you from your annoying gameplay pattern of constantly chunking people out, looking for those picks, looking for that poke. This time around, though, Abbedagge is free and clear. Who's going to put a stop to him? It has to be maybe Ignar to get an ult flash play on him. But you have to be careful when you go for that because by the same token, Abbedagge, especially if he has vision, can definitely burst Ignar. So really going to be a playground, I believe, this time around for the 100 Thieves mid laner. Even though he's been getting a lot of the assists and Closer's been getting a lot of the last hits and the kills, is going to transition into some very scary LeBlanc play. Not a lot of point and click to answer. And since 100 Thieves are playing from a position of power, they get to push the map. They don't have to group up and fight through the Sion. They can spread the map, make EG a little disorganized, and play around the front line instead.
Not a complete steal on the Wolves, just gets one of the small ones, and looks like Svenskeren
yeah?
going to get most of the rest of this camp.
We'll see about that.
I mean, Ignar's fighting for map control, you know, getting some help from Danny. There we go, board hop kick. There's the rest of the combo, but a good setup. Svenskeren able to WR flash and get away.
Okay, but who got the wolf?
Probably Closer. I mean, Sven might have spited it, I'm not sure.
Success!
Sven might have spited it, I don't actually know.
I know that he kicked Svenskeren over the wolf, and then it had about 100 life. So,
yeah. But Sven's smite was back on cooldown, and I felt like he didn't die, so I feel like he spited to heal.
Smite for health, then flash R over to get out. All right, let's see.
Thank you.
That's good. Detective at work right now. Okay, Q in on it. Oh, smited it early. Svenskeren got it.
65 gold.
So Svenskeren's able to get the smite onto it.
I was right.
Wolves defended, baby. Well done, well done.
Unfortunately, the rest of your base is maybe not in the same boat.
He's got all the kills for his team.
Yeah, he does.
And I would wager all of the wolf kills, too.
That's probably true. The problem is, see, this is not where you feel good. You're like, well, I'm doing well, but none of my lanes are winning. I guess, okay, Sion's winning. He's got 3 assists, he's got more CS, but every other scoreline looks way better on the right-hand side, and that's tough.
And again, a lot of credit to Closer for making this happen. The mid lane, they were very patient. They placed the control in the side brush, and Huhi does his part. He baits Ignar on the recon towards the brush. They then collapse. They make the turn. It was a very close 3v3 mid, but that 3v3 mid has huge ramifications. When you get 3 kills, as we said, that early on, Closer was able to get the maximum out of it. His advantage on Lee Sin, he even lands the Q, dives Jizuke, and then he transitions towards bottom lane for that flash kick. So much credit to Closer for opening up the rest of the map. And while Svenskeren did a lot of work on top side, Closer was just doing double time. He was working 2 jobs, mid and bottom lane, and has resulted in 100 Thieves with this position of power. Soul point for themselves, 5.7k FTX gold advantage, and full control of the map.
But you can see the split push is still looking okay. Jizuke spending a lot of time in the side lane, has a CS lead, has still a level deficit, but has gotten the bot lane out of turret, so 2 on the board for Evil Geniuses. 100 Thieves beginning the Baron play, and EG have to answer. How good is this going to look? Keep in mind, Ziggs ult plus Smite is a lot of damage for the combo. Who he sets up on a 2. Big damage. Will they one-shot Svenskeren? Not quite. Mega Gnar is in. Ult's in the wall. That's 2 stuns, and that's the jungler down. And it's going to be Impact next up. He cannot get away, and he will become a zombie yet again, and it's time to walk back, kite it out, and look at round 2 of Baron, because guess what? The ults are down, the jungler's dead.
Just a beautiful engage from Huhi right there. He not only sets them up for killing both frontline members, but also gets the teleport from Jizuke. So they get their kills, they get their Baron, they burn the teleport cooldown off of the important split push member from EG, the Lucian. Well, maybe they don't get the Baron. EG are coming around for a last-ditch effort. If Danny was able to get a bomb in there or something.
Oh, that's decent damage out of Danny, but it's just not going to matter. He forces the LeBlanc passive. Nobody cares. And a safe walk. Red Bull Baron picked up by 100 Thieves.
And that's plenty of time for a reset, Freak. Soul is right on schedule for 100 Thieves. They came into Game 5 fully reset. This really speaks to the strong mental of the team, being able to reset in a playoffs, best of 5, after a game that was so close, was in your hands, was taken away from you by Danny. 100 Thieves that just came out. Clean play in game number 5 here. And Huhi, He even waits for his team to get perfect positioning here for the collapse. They focus down on the Viego. Svenskeren tries to get out, but very quick collapse there. Closer gets in with his activation for his Gore Drinker, even finishes up the kill. And Huhi's at it again. He gets another.
Good job by Ignar, though, able to time it well to get out. He's going to stay alive. Danny looks for some poke, not going to get a ton, and now it's time for the siege to continue. Mid lane tier 2 is the target. The waves are all pushed in. Lucian and Sion were spotted top. This is a 4 versus 3 push on mid, as LeBlanc is still putting in the bottom lane. Keep in mind that turret died a while ago, so the inhibitor, the only turret there to look at. The Dragon's still available. 100 Thieves are going to split off the Lee Sin and let him make that one happen. Still, top lane attacked by the Lucian. Jizuke to keep that split push going. Muramana almost done, if not already. And this should be Cloud Soul, as well as the recall coming out of Lucian.
All right. If they reset Jizuke, I guess they won't have to...
He'll try. It's warded. Despite some time. Nice attempt.
Yeah, it's definitely a very difficult one to do, especially with now the 900 damage smites and Lee Sin having execution damage, but...
Goodbye, Ignar.
Now back to the game state as prescribed by 100 Thieves. They've got 2 more minion waves to work with, 1 minute left on the Baron, so 2 more rivals of those. It's going to be about time for Abbedagge to get all the way to secondary tower, but they're fighting.
A ton of move speed. Teamfight going to come across, but the CC is ready, and FBI just knocks down Ignar, and it's going to be Svenskeren dropping as well. Now Huhi has for the stopwatch, but he's going to be alive. Jizuke now dropped to about 70%. Someday still on the chase. A good ulti by Sion buys more time. Closer not going to be into the backline just yet. Sterix popped. Flash kick, and that top laner will die. A 3-0 team fight, and oh, in the backline. Abbedagge finds his next one as well. The zombie form won't get much else done. 15-3. Svenskeren still has 100% of Evil Genius's kills, but the rest of the team is not up to the task. Baron buff still on for 15. Cloud Soul in the pocket. And Other Thieves looking to end the game now. Ignar and Jizuke against the world. Who's going to start that fight now? They are waiting for the respawns. 1 turret down, 2nd turret under fire. When does the fight happen? Jizuke is pushed out. 2nd attempt comes across. Will it be enough? The turrets are gone, and Abbedagge is already attacking the Nexus. Ulti in for Huhi. That might be enough to knock down Svenskeren, and it is! And just like that, 100 Thieves have punched a ticket to Worlds!
What a journey it has been for this team. For the first time since 2018, they will return to Worlds as a North American representative. They overhauled, they brought in the 4 Golden Guardians players.
Yep.
They replace mid lane. Abbedagge comes over. Reaper on staff changing over. And summer has truly been theirs. Little dip at the end, caused some worry for some people, but they are right back to business as usual here. What a series from them, especially Closer. Gets a pat there from Freeze, deservedly so.
I am a little sad we can only award 1 player because Closer and Huhi together, I think, were the big difference makers. The jungle mid synergy, or sorry, the jungle support synergy was so big in this series. Myself, I still nod Closer. I agree, like he is, if you're gonna pick out 1 player, he is the one who stands out. Pick out 1 player on EG, Danny, he is the one who stands out. Of course, had some great plays, is still undefeated, 9-0 on Tristana. But jungle, mid support, that sort of triangle came around and did so much for 100 Thieves. They worked together so well. And deservedly so, we're the better team today and came out with a victory.
Yeah, I think someday as well, even though in the last game he got camped and died a bunch to these games, some very good timing from Svenskeren as well. In the previous games, that Gangplank blind pick did a lot of stuff for them as well, both in draft as well as in the game. So all members really contributing to this overall victory. I'm just excited to see EG play again in the losers bracket, though, versus Cloud9.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be a really fun series. It's going to mean elimination on that side of that bracket as well. So that'll
leave
be
Tristana open.
Very exciting. Yeah, I mean, for all the games, Trish was left open, but of course, she won the 2 that she was in. This bracket keeps heating up, because keep in mind, TSM TL are tomorrow for the 2nd spot at Worlds. Whoever doesn't win that one Everyone's down in the lower bracket. They're all fighting for that last spot, and obviously the championship itself. Yeah, I know everyone's in the pit. We're all watching.
Everyone's circling,
throwing in scraps. Like who else is going to make it? And obviously the championship itself, because we haven't had a new LCS winner since TL years ago. 100 Thieves are the first team in winner bracket finals. They're looking great.
Since franchising, the real big success story has actually been Team Liquid, with all the championships that they won. And this though is going to be, this series was such a good showing from two of the franchising's best kind of rework brands. Yeah, Evil Geniuses building back up here into League of Legends, 100 Thieves coming in from the very beginning, big start, but then having to work through a lot of stuff over the last couple of years, and that work is paying off at the right moments here. Yep. Congratulations to them. World spot.
Yeah, very, very exciting stuff. I can't wait for more LCS tomorrow and all the words we have on stage, because we have our world's representative from the LCS, Abbedagga, joining the analyst desk a little bit later. But right now, we're heading over to LaTigris on stage with Closer for our Verizon post-game interview.